All right, so hello everyone. We should be live on my Twitch now. Welcome back to the Haunted Hamlet of Ravens Hill adventure with Kimmy and Duston and Crona and Bri. And last time on this game, the adventurers were a group of friends planning to set out and find adventure outside of town in the wilds when things took a turn. And unfortunately, the undead seem to be rising for some unknown reason. And it turns out that right now, our little group may be the only ones in town really equipped to do anything about this. So, when we ended our last session, the group had holed up in the moneylender's shop, much to his chagrin, because he didn't want them there. But he also didn't want to argue with Duston. And now they have some decisions to make. So first of all, we'll say hi to our players again. So if you guys want to say hi and introduce yourselves again, we'll start with Cullen.
Hi, I'm Cullen. I'm playing Crona.
And Ian.
Hi, my name's Ian. I'm playing Dustin, the Barbarian.
Casey.
I am playing Brielle, the Ranger Elf.
And Dylan.
I'm Dylan. I'm playing Camparia Culperanius, the Rock Gnome Druid, who died last time.
Yes, she did.
But I'm back.
All right. So, and I'm Jeanette. Hi. I'm the DM for this adventure. All right, guys. So, last time, you had managed to drag your unconscious friends back inside the moneylender's shop. He's yelling from upstairs, No, don't come inside. Just keep killing the undead. And you shut the door. The guards that came in with you put a couple of sandbags and stuff in front of it to keep the dead out. And now you are all grouped inside. It's been a few hours. Those that were unconscious have been woken. Some healing has been done. You've had a chance to rest a little bit. And now you have to decide, what is it you're going to do next?
In the few hours we've had, Kimmy has been in the kitchen raiding it and made cookies for everyone. Because she couldn't really sleep, because every time she closed her eyes, she swore she saw like a dark figure looming over her with a hood and a scythe. So she was like, nope, making cookies. So when you all wake up, she has cookies for everybody. There you go. And she also gets cookies for the guard who revivified her.
So the guard, he's very happy. He's like, "Oh, thank you very much. This is so nice. I haven't been able to have cookies in a while. You know, the wife tells me I should stay away from them." And he takes a big old bite out of them.
I know it doesn't really make up for it, but I hope that's a start.
Oh, well, thank you. Actually, I mean, maybe I'll get you to bring me these sneak me a couple every couple of days. Don't tell the wife. Do you hear from upstairs? You hear, "Are they leaving yet?"
So we're thinking about going after the music, right?
Yes, so the violin or fiddle or whatever it is still playing. You can hear it anytime anybody opens the door to try to push back some of the dead that are getting too close, or even the windows. You hear the dead, or the music over them.
No!
Okay. Dustin says, I have the ability to cause us to, or give us the ability to be stealthy on our exit. And just like what I can do, one of my racial abilities is I can cast Pass Without Trace.
No!
And it would give us all +10 bonus on stealth checks. And we can't be tracked by anything except magical means. So if we want to try to sneak out of this house, that could be useful.
Very nice.
So
The guards look at you and they're like, What do you mean? You're going back out there?"
Yeah.
well, we have to stop the source of this undead scourge, don't we?
Well, I mean, eventually won't the bodies just all be gone? I mean, how many people could there really be that are dead around here? You think?
It's hard. I don't know.
Just
Well,
then
what
the
if-
door kind of gets bashed against from the outside, and he's like, "Ah!" And he runs over and shoves the bags against it again. All right, maybe somebody should do something. I don't know how this will. I don't know how long this will hold.
Yeah, I think, Dustin, I think you using your scouting skills would be a good idea. Yeah.
Are there any other exits from this house?
All right. So in the time that you guys have spent inside, you've stayed on the first floor. A couple of the guards were called upstairs, and one of them is standing at the top of the stairs, kind of guarding. The other one you haven't seen. He must be somewhere else, maybe watching out a window. But on the first floor, there's multiple windows, and there's also a back door that leads outside.
So if we go out to the back and like peek through, it looks like there's curtains.
Mm-hmm.
The curtains, is there some zombies in the back?
Yep, so if you go and kind of poke your head out, it does look like there's a couple of them wandering about outside behind the building. But there's fewer in the back than in the front. In the front, you can see there's at least 4 or 5 that are pretty close. There's a couple off to either side. Out back, you've seen maybe 1, 2 kind of wandering past.
If we gather everyone up and we sit, do we all want to just go at once? I feel like that's probably the best.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So, do we want to try to take out these ones in the back with like a bow out the window? Take them out quietly?
Yeah, we could try that.
I do have my sling, so yeah.
I only have javelins, so I don't know how.
I have a bow.
I mean, if you want to try sniping some, that might be a good idea.
All right.
So, Bri, so you do have your choice of windows toward the back here on the first floor. You also haven't seen the upstairs, but you do know from the outside that there are upper level windows as well.
That'd probably be best because, yeah, I don't want an open window on the first floor with undead around. So yeah, I'd go upstairs and go out open up one of the back windows.
Okay. So you make your way upstairs. So on the upper floor, you come upstairs. The guard's like, hey, I don't think Mr. Gare wants anyone up here. Like, who's coming upstairs? No one, sir. Sorry. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get up to kill some of these things from the upper windows.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you know what? They're gonna take care of some of the zombies outside, sir. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead, and he'll let you upstairs. You hear the grumble from the moneylender inside his room. So you come into kind of like a living room area. There's a couple sitting chairs. There's a work table, a bookshelf, a rug on the floor, and there are multiple windows to either side of the house and the back of the house, so you can see out down to the back.
Okay. So I mean,
while Bri is doing this, Dustin's gonna go to this back door and just like kind of be standing, because this is the back door right here, right?
Yeah, the back door's in the back right corner.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stand and kind of be going between the two windows and trying to keep an eye on to see what happens, like if it attracts more attention or if it works, and be ready at the door just in case.
Where's the door?
So the door is in the upper right-hand corner of the map.
Right. Okay.
And looking out through the windows, you can see that there's at least one zombie currently making his way across the back of the house, and another one kind of off behind the left-hand side of the house, behind the kitchen.
Okay.
That zombie did not get any cookies.
Not give the zombie cookies.
It's very jealous.
So I guess I'll just shoot at this guy first. See if we can take him out.
Alright, so you shoot from the window, and you easily hit the zombie from above. Roll some damage on him. As he kind of staggers from the shot to the back of his head, and he starts looking around to see where it came from.
I'm still getting used to using my character sheet to roll.
If you click on longbow, it will give you your damage. All right, so we'll say those are both shots. So if you actually click in where you've rolled it,
I understand.
there you go.
Okay.
So 8. So you hit it for 8 piercing on the first shot, and now you can click on it again, the longbow again, to do damage. There you go.
Okay.
All right, so he's still up. He's got one arrow kind of sticking out of the top side of his head, and he's got the other kind of sticking out of his upper chest. And he's like looking up at you, and his hands are up, and he's like, "Rrr." And he kind of walks up and he starts kind of tapping on the side of the building, trying to reach up at you.
Well, I'm gonna shoot him again then.
Okay. That will definitely hit him.
Alright. For 6 more points of damage.
All right, so he starts to slump over. Let's see how he does.
Oh, that's right.
Wrong already.
So that was 6.
Die again.
Well, you know. All right, so he stands up, like he hits the building, and he pushes himself off, and he looks up at you, and he kind of starts pulling, like trying to pull himself up towards you. So you guys on the first floor can just hear the clanking of him hitting against the building.
Freaking zombies.
If I run over to this window, can I like see him through the window?
If you run over to the window and you poke your head, yep, you see him. He has moved up, and he is just like slamming against the building right there. He wants to know what's going on.
This is a little crazy, and Bree specifically went to the second floor to avoid this. But if I open that window, can I take a swing at it with my axe?
Yes, I will let you roll with disadvantage because the window frame is going to be a bit of a pain for you.
Okay.
But you can definitely try to hit him with your axe.
Okay.
So, Bree, as you reload and you go to stick your like self out the window again, you just see Dustin come out the window, and you just see his axe swing randomly. So 14 will hit him.
Okay.
All right. So,
9 points of damage.
All right. So at 9 points of damage, I will roll to see if he stands up. So you slash into him. You actually kind of like get your axe stuck for a minute in his chest. And he is just holding on now, like pulling himself along your axe.
Oh my gosh.
So he is gonna like just try to swat at you through the window because you tried to get him.
Yeah.
So he slams his fist at you, and he gets a 20 to hit you.
That hits.
All right. So you take 7 damage as he just bashes you across the face with his little undead palm. Does anybody else want to do anything who's inside? You guys now, like Crona and Kimmy, you guys see Dustin has leaned out and hit, and then you just see Dustin kind of slam against the window frame as this claw just smacks him into it.
Can I like pull Dustin back into the building and like slam the window shut?
Sure, just give me a quick like strength roll just to pull him back.
No.
I'll give you advantage because he's kind of getting recoiled from the hit anyway. So he's coming in your direction, so you could just overbalance him back into the building maybe.
You just get on all fours behind me so that I fall back.
So you pull on him, and he's so tall in the window, like instead of coming through, he like hits his head on the window and like is still stuck there.
Why do you have to be so tall?
I don't know.
So, Crona, is there anything you want to do in this instance? As Kimmy is now trying to pull Dustin back, you're probably standing in the kitchen watching this.
That's a good question.
Crona's just standing back eating cookies.
The guard in the kitchen is standing there like, do you need help?
Yes.
Crona, what are you doing?
I don't know. I guess I could help try to pull him back in.
So you move over and try to grab on and give him a tug back through the window?
Sure.
All right, make me a strength athletics check.
Let's see. What is it?
Strength athletics. So it's under your skills, under athletics. You can just click on the athletics and it should roll you.
Oh, there it is.
All right.
Fudge.
So Crona comes over and he like reaches out and pulls down on the back of Dustin's shirt and then he yanks back and pulls him in. So as you get pulled in, it's gonna just try to swipe at you again as you're getting yanked out of its range. So, and that will be an 11 to hit Dustin as he gets pulled away. All right, so Crona and Kimmy manage to pull you back through the open window. And Kimmy, do you leap forward and close it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So now this thing is out there just. So Bri, you knocked another arrow and you looked down to shoot at it, and you just saw Dustin sticking out the window. You saw like little hands try to pull him. You saw Crona's hand come out and yank him back, and now you just see this thing like tapping on the glass of the window.
As it's tapping on the window, I slowly close the curtains.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna shoot at it again.
All right.
I don't want it at the window.
You shoot down at it and you hit it.
7.
7 points of damage. All right. So you shoot down. It goes straight through the top of its skull. It starts to slump against that window again. And this time it slumps. You guys out inside with the curtains closed hear a thump.
Donk.
And then you hear like this.
Oh man.
And then the tapping has stopped. The guard just looks at you all. Doing all right over there?
Yeah, we got it.
All right.
We're professionals.
I
We
don't
are
know.
now anyway.
I don't know if professional's the word, but okay.
All about selling yourself.
We've been professionals for about 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing great.
So-
doing great.
If we look out the window again, do we see like has this attracted any noise or any more zombies?
Looking out, it doesn't look like they've made their way around the back yet. You still hear them on either side, but it looks like for now the behind the building is pretty clear.
I think it's time to run.
Yeah, I think we should just book it, honestly.
Okay.
This whole killing zombie things is not going well for us.
No.
We should just avoid them.
Alright.
All right, so Bri makes her way back down to join you. The guard stands aside from the door, and he says, well, I mean, good luck. I hope this isn't the last time I have cookies. Don't get killed.
Like, don't worry, it won't be.
All right.
You're my cookie source.
Do we know what direction we're going to be running in once we get out the back door? That's something we might want to know.
So one thing you guys did figure out was it sounds like the fiddling is coming from the north. So
Okay.
north of town is the crossroads, the covered bridge, the cemetery, and further north is the castle, the abandoned castle. So
All right. So that's the direction we should go.
All right. Is there any way while running out the door I can try to quickly grab some of my arrows back?
you can. So what we're gonna do? If Dustin, are you gonna cast your pass without a trace spell on the party?
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So everybody can make a stealth check.
Okay.
First of all.
Better at stealth than I am strength.
Okay. And because of Pass Without a Trace, your stealth roll is going to get a 10-point bonus.
That's 29.
That is 29. Kimmy is very quiet.
Even without playing Damien, I am still a great stealth person.
32.
All right. And Bri.
I just got 19.
All right. So, so you guys go to the back door. The guard will quietly open it for you so you can slip out. Bri, you can quickly make me just a quick perception check to try to collect. Actually, you know where they are. Just make me a quick strength athletics to go and just see how many arrows you can pull out of the dead zombie. Because every one of them is stuck in him like a pincushion.
Yup. Alright, athletics.
All right. So you shot what? You shot 4 arrows originally. All right.
Yep.
So you managed to extract 3 of them. The fourth one snaps. The one that's like stuck through his top of his head. You go to pull it out, and it kind of snaps, and the head rolls back, and the jaw kind of opens up, and it looks up at you.
Oh,
But you do get 3 intact arrows back.
stick. All right.
All right, so you quietly make your way out of the house. Let's see if the nearest zombie catches sight of you as you run for it. Dun 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 dun.
I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
We're very sneaky.
You're very sneaky. So you can see this one zombie around the corner of the house near the back door, and as you guys slip past, he's kind of facing away, and you all go one at a time and run into the tree line behind the house, and it slowly turns around, but you guys have already disappeared from sight, and it just catches sight of the guard shutting and locking the door. So the last thing you see is it kind of moving toward the closing door.
Nice.
So you all disappear into the trees, and you're going to head north out of town?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So, heading north, is going to bring you, it's a couple miles. There's a fork in the road a couple miles north of town. And to the west is the covered bridge that crosses over the river and takes you toward Raven's Roost Cemetery. And to the right, the path heads out to the east and to Raven's Crest Castle. So, you guys make your way quietly. It takes you a little under an hour to kind of get to the fork in the road. Oh. And you stop. And the music is actually louder as you've headed north. And you have had to kind of duck into the tree line a little bit here and there to avoid any of the undead moving along the road and through the trees and things like that. And you've seen some of those little hands.
No.
And you've seen occasionally zombies. Once or twice you've seen some skeletons kind of meandering along. Some of them intact, some of them with missing pieces. One was kind of using its leg as like a cane, so it only had one leg. And it's hobbling down.
Oh man.
It's kind of cute, but also terrifying.
Yes.
Mostly terrifying.
Mostly terrifying, yeah.
And you come to the fork in the road.
Hmm.
Can we tell now that we're closer if like it's more coming from the east or you said the north, right? Or the two directions?
Yeah, the cemetery lies almost due north. It's a little bit north and west. The castle is more north and east. So you guys can all give me perception checks if you want to try to figure out where the music's coming from.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh crap!
Oh, well. We're going to have to after that. Crap. Yeah.
Crona's apparently distracted.
Oh, sorry. What am I doing?
Perception check.
Okay. That's I heard check and I was trying to figure it out, and then I was like, what check? What is it again?
It's okay. Crona's the daydreaming member of the party anyway.
Oh.
So, Bri, you do know for sure, and Crona, when you start paying attention, because at first you're kind of just muttering to yourself, walking behind everybody, you do feel like the music is coming more from the northwest than from the east.
All right, well then
From the cemetery.
Cemetery.
go that way.
Okay.
I don't want to go that way.
I don't want to go that way either.
Hopefully there's not too many undead because they've all already left.
Hopefully.
To terrorize everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody's safe enough. Not actually believing that very much.
So,
Several dead guards.
so you
She
take...
touches the burn on her neck left over from when she tried to burn the hand
Okay.
that choked her.
Yeah, you do have that. You did the healing. You've done some healing and stuff, but that's one that you kind of just probably bandaged up a little bit. And
Yeah.
So, you guys take the fork in the road to the left, heading to what you know is the bridge that crosses the river. And you're maybe about a quarter mile from the bridge when you hear a small voice yelling in the distance, "Leave me alone! Help! No! Get away from me! Help! Help!"
Kimmy instantly goes and tries to find out where it's coming from.
So Kimmy bolts up the road in the direction of the sound. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you all run toward the bridge. As you do, you can see up ahead. You hear the river getting louder and louder, but you hear this voice continuing to yell, "No, get away! Leave me alone!" And it's a young voice. Like, you definitely think it's maybe probably either a kid or a young teen. And so as the river's getting louder, you can also hear something. It sounds like a scratchy voice, and it's like, "Ha! Don't chase him! Oh, he got out of your reach! No, get him! Nope, follow him around! Oh, come on, keep playing with him! I like this!" And as you guys kind of come up over the crest of this little hill to where the bridge is, you see, it's a very strange sight. Now, there's a signpost that's generally here where the town will usually post messages for travelers and for residents who take the road a lot. And standing on the top of the signpost, looking like he climbed his way up on top of it, is this young boy. And you guys have met him before. His name is Anders. His father owns a tavern in town. And he generally has taken on the responsibility of posting the notices for the town. And he's probably about 14 years old. But Anders is standing on top of this signpost and trying to keep his balance as he's being, like, chased after by two skeletons that are just clawing up the signpost at him. And they're, like, flicking their claws at him. But what's really creepy isn't even that scene. To the left of them, to the other side of the bridge, sitting on a skeletal horse, is another skeleton who's brandishing a rapier. He's got a wide-brimmed cap on and an eye patch, and he's the one yelling at them to keep chasing this boy.
What kind of skeleton wears an eye patch? It's like he's some kind of discount pirate.
So this is the scene you see as you all are running up, and Anders is trying to, like, kick at the head of one of these skeletons.
Oh, lovely.
So, what do you guys want to do in this instant?
So it's two regular skeletons and one smart skeleton. And
Apparently,
a skeleton horse.
Yes.
And I'm assuming we don't hear the violin.
No, you can still. It's very hard to hear over the water, but every once in a while you hear the sound of the fiddle coming, but it's still distant. It's not here with them.
That's not here. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see on the ground, like around Anders' feet, like below the signpost, is like his bag, and all his papers have fallen out. And there's a small knife. It looked like he tried to defend himself and then dropped it and thought better of it and made a run for the sign.
Kimmy's gonna duck behind these rocks here, right off the road.
Okay.
And she's gonna cast Entangle on the two skeletons below Anders.
Okay. So when you do that, I'm gonna have everybody roll initiatives.
Okay. Because Kimmy's like 16-ish, and she probably has a crush on Anders. Honestly. Let's see, initiative. No.
So Kimmy, you will get to act, and that will kick off this combat. And what
Sorry,
about
guys.
No, it's fine. I don't think Dustin would normally reach for his axe against, like, most people in most situations, but I don't know if that applies to undead. It
is kind of different. It's true.
It's a little different than maybe what he's used to.
The zombies have to make strength saving throws for the entangle, by the way.
Sounds good. Let's see. So, skeletons.
It's dirty skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
It's true. All right, what is the area of this entangle? How big is it?
20 foot by 20 foot square.
All right.
I'm gonna try and leave like one side of the sign open.
Okay.
So that if Anders wants to like jump off, he can.
All right, so you're gonna try to just catch these guys, so that
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Fancy, Jeanette.
I try.
Just
All
wait
right.
till you get black tentacles.
Oh, man.
They look awesome.
So this thing comes out, and I think, yeah. So like these vines literally grow, and they come out almost to where Bri, Crona, and Duston. Like you see Kimmy run, she bolts behind the rock, and you're just like what? And all of a sudden, the roots and stuff all around just start to grow and grow, and you guys are just like standing there, like holy crap! But it's just beyond your feet, like barely. The skeletons will make strength checks to see if they get stuck. And as this is happening, you see the skeleton on the horse just turn his head around and look towards you all with the one open eye slot. And he's like, oh, haha, this is even more entertaining. So, let's see. What do my skeletons get? Hopefully they're not as spry as the creepy hands.
Oh, that's right. What's my spell save DC? It's a good thing to know.
Yep, so I have a 14 and a 16 for their strength checks.
Oh, crap. My spell save DC is 13.
All right, so these vines grow up underneath them, but they manage to kind of like they claw them away as they're coming at them, so they're not currently entangled by this. So, Crona, as this is happening, you are the first to react to all of this. What do you want to do?
Good question. There's a bunch of tangle stuff in that direction, so
There is. And you can see the skeleton on the horse starting to turn it in your direction with this big smile, and he like points to rapier. And he's just, you see his teeth. He's missing a couple. There's a few not there. It looks like this guy.
nice.
Nice.
I guess I could just shoot a crossbow shot at something.
You could. Crossbows are very useful items.
I can reach that guy, right?
I believe yes. 5, 10, 50. Yep, your crossbow would be able to reach him.
Okay.
Alright, so you fire your crossbow at him, and he swats through the air with the rapier and just flicks it out of the air.
Oh well.
After Crona is Kimmy. So Kimmy, all your entangle comes up, but you notice that the skeletons seem to be clawing it away at this moment. What else do you want to do?
Oh, boy. Can I drop concentration on that entangle and cast entangle again?
What the?
You could?
That's how it works.
Alright, so the vines and everything start to kind of wilt and recede and disappear, and then immediately start to grow again in the same spot, and they will make strength saving throws again.
Oh, come on.
They look surprised, and they're looking down at it, and they go to claw back up at Anders, and then they look back down and go to start clawing it off again. Alright, so 2 strength saves.
Oh, come on. One of them got stuck. Okay.
Alright, so the first one manages to, the first one that reached up for Anders isn't paying as close attention, and he gets tangled up. The other one, it looks back down and starts clawing immediately, so he does not. So
Dang it.
this one is tangled. Let's see.
Okay. That's better than none of them.
Alright. Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to move?
I'll stay where I am. I tell Anders, try and jump off if you can.
Okay, thanks.
Stay away from the skeletons.
I'm trying! Alright, so after Kimmy, the skeleton on the horse, he will, let's see. He's going to leap down from the horse. And he's going to... He moves around. And he looks down at Kimmy. And he goes, come here. Come on. Come on out. It's okay. I like the little ones. Come on.
No, thank you, sir. That's creepy.
So, but he like waits. He looks like he's readying his rapier where he's standing. So he is ready if anybody comes near him. And then, after him, Kimmy, it is your... Well, no, wait. Oh, I skipped his turn.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You know, I find it unnecessary that we need to deal with pedophile skeletons, alright?
Right?
Bri, it's your turn. I did miss you, so go ahead. So what does Bri want to do?
She's probably gonna go after the dude that was on the horse.
Okay.
Since he's being creepy to Kimmy. So,
Bri, what I will tell you as you move over and you're kind of getting a look at this guy, something kind of clicks in your head. You remember, maybe it's been a while. It's been about maybe 40 years or so. But you remember the time when for maybe about a year...
oh, shit. I know who this is.
Yep, a bandit and his men were laying a siege to the town, and everyone lived in fear for about a year. Until
Awful
he was
dead.
captured with 2 of his men, and they were hanged and buried by the bridge. And while they were getting ready to hang him, they slaughtered his favorite horse right in front of him.
That's just rude.
His name was Kerchega.
Yeah, I remember.
Mhm.
Shit. I wondered what happened to him. Kind of hoped I never saw him again. Alright. 19 to hit him.
A 19 will hit him as it kind of gets between some areas where his breastplate has rusted. And you do 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit.
So it goes through, and he looks down where it's sticking out of the breastplate, and he just sort of smiles back at you. Challenged. And then he's like, do I know you?
Yes.
All right. So after Kimmy, it's your turn.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. I'm going to pick up some pebbles very surreptitiously from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Magic Stone on them as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then with my action, I'm going to try... Well, I'm going to ready an action. I'm going to ready a sling attack if Kerchega gets any closer.
Okay. Dustin.
I think I want to move up to Mr. Skeleton Man
Okay.
and get up on him. I'm going to take a swing at him. 20.
That will definitely hit him.
5 points of damage.
And what kind of damage is this, Dustin?
Slashing.
Slashing damage. All right. Good to know. So, he will take that damage, and he will, in turn, use his ready attack to swing at you. So,
I say boo, and I try to scare him.
he just gives you that toothy grin, and he will swing with his...
I don't think he has much of a choice as a skeleton.
Ha!
That's true.
It's always toothy.
Usually. I mean, he could have no teeth. It happens.
Oh, that's true.
Can skeletons smile?
He does. All right, so he gets a 21 to stab you.
Yeah, that does hit.
Holy crap.
He does 4 points of damage. That should be piercing.
Okay.
And then he misses with his second attack.
What?
Yeah.
Wonderful. He gets 2 attacks.
He can ready 2 attacks.
Well,
That's
he
crazy.
readied his attack.
Mm.
All right, so after he uses his action and Dustin has moved up, the skeletons. Now, the one that's entangled, can he make another strength check?
I don't believe so. I think he's just entangled as long as I keep concentration.
Oh, no. He's very upset about that. He wanted to help.
Yeah, until the spell ends.
Oof.
And the area of the entangle is also difficult terrain, just so you know.
So that's 10, 15, 20. So this one is rounding around the rocks from the other side. And it looks like it's going for Bri or Crona at this point. All right, so... Oh, he can use his action to make a strength check against the spell.
Oh, can he?
Yeah.
Ew.
On a success, he frees himself.
Okay, yeah.
He'll try. I don't know. He doesn't have a very good chance of this, but let's see what happens. Strength check. So he is... You see him over there just like... trying to pull himself free. He actually breaks off one of his fingers trying. So he loses a digit in the attempt. All right, so after they both go, since they are at this point distracted, Anders leaps off the back of the signpost and is going to scramble onto the bridge and put some distance between him and the skeletons. So he will duck down like along the wall over here and get out of sight. So then it is Crona's turn.
Cool.
What does Crona want to do?
Let's
Bring
see.
your creepy friend back. Your mean creepy friend.
I guess I'll just go to this zombie and kill it.
All right, so you run up toward that skeleton.
Oh, skeleton, right.
Are you going to do anything special? Or are you just going to slash him with your blade right now?
Yeah, I'll do the thing.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'll do the thing and the thing.
So you cut yourself with your sword?
Yeah.
All right, so as you do and you start to bleed and your blood looks black along your fingers where you slice your hand,
Yep.
you guys see this familiar shadowy form start to materialize behind Crona.
Oh no, not this guy again.
And you hear
This asshole.
you hear, "Oh, here we go. Let's do this again." All right, Crona. So your weapon is now bloodied and you take 2 hit points of damage.
Oh, that's right. It's 2 now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so you swing at the skeleton, and let's see. You swing, but he gets his claw like in the way and like glances the blow off, and just looks at you and chatters his teeth. And you hear behind you, "No, no, no! You have to come in lower. You know better." So then, after Crona attacks, Bri, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot at Kerchanga, however you pronounce his name.
Corchega.
Chega. There we go. Alright. Sorry, I have way too many little things open up on the side. Trying to figure out what the best is.
Technology.
Nice.
3.
All right, so you shoot at Kerchega, and you actually pierce him. Like, it goes right through the eye patch into the eye. So he's just sort of tilts his head and looks back at you, and he's like, "That isn't very nice. It took a lot to keep that eye patch good." All right, so he will take 7 points of piercing damage. Here we go. He tries to shake the arrow out, but it's just stuck in the eye patch, and it kind of wiggles. After you. So Kerchega is going to look back at his horse and say, "Come on, you want to get in on this too." And it looks like he wants to whistle, but the whole function of whistling doesn't really work
Without lips.
So while he, the horse suddenly like lurches forward and starts heading toward you, Kerchega is going to attack Dustin again. So, he will stab with his rapier. So, 1.
Oh my gosh.
So 2 attacks.
Those both hit.
He hits with both. So he stabs, and he does 11 piercing damage, and then he stabs a second time and does 8 piercing damage to Dustin.
I am unconscious.
Dustin collapses to the ground. Unconscious.
Oh,
Oh no.
And dying. This is
so do I go to 0 or negative?
You go to 0. So you drop below, and then you come back, and you stay at 0 hit points.
Ugh.
It's the creepy hands all over again.
That was unexpected.
That was very unexpected.
All right, Kerchega laughs. He looks down at the ground and he just snickers and laughs.
Oh, so he can't whistle, but he can laugh. I see how it is.
Well, you know.
Freaking skeleton. Nice laugh.
He looks over at the other skeleton still in the entangle and he's like, "Get over here!" And the other one just throws up its hands like... All right, so after Dustin collapses, Kimmy, what are you going to do?
Well, I readied that one stone, and I'm not going to wait for him to come closer, so I'm just going to sling it.
Okay.
Come
You
on.
sling it, and he ducks sideways, and it goes past his head. The arrow in his eye patch wiggles as he moves his head.
Oh boy. Then after that, I'm gonna book it, I guess. I'm gonna go back here and then around past Bri, sort of avoid the shadow by Crona. It's like, oh.
Okay. So the horse is going to move.
Freaking horse.
Let's see. So we'll move. So it charges around the rocks, and it kind of runs over Dustin, but it manages not to step on him in the moment, as he's collapsed, and it's also taken a wide berth to not hit Kerchega, but it will double move, and it gets right up in Bri's face, and the hooves come up, but it doesn't get a chance to attack this turn, because it had to double move to get to you. So, after it moves, Dustin, you need to make a death saving throw.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Nope.
All right, so that is
It's been fun, y'all.
1 failure. 1 failure for Dustin. So you guys can hear Dustin kind of struggling to breathe, and Kerchega's just looking down and laughing. Maybe he'll get up and help us. All right, so after, the skeleton is in combat with Crona, and it sort of like looks past you at the shadow, and then it's going to try to claw you.
Okay.
The shadow's kind of confusing it a little bit. So, let's see. Alright, so, first claw. So, it claws at you. It gets a 13 as it reaches out and tries to claw.
I do not think that hits.
Scrapes down your armor. You guys just hear the... It doesn't hit him. Then, the other one is going to try to get out of the tangle that it's still stuck in. And it will. So it breaks free, but it takes its whole action, and then it kind of shimmies out over here and moves out of the entanglement, starting to head in your direction. Anders yells, "Get over the bridge! Get over the bridge! Get away from them!" And then he will take his own advice and run across the bridge as fast as he can. As he's running away, he throws a rock at the one skeleton.
Will he do some damage?
Let's find out. He
No.
misses though. He's like, and he keeps running. So after the skeleton,
We got the same attack on throwing stones. It's destined.
That's pretty good. Yep. So, Crona, this skeleton's claws come down in the front of your chest, but your armor protects you. And it's just like up in your face, just like, and you can see like the decay from where it was buried in the earth. The dirt's kind of caked in all the little holes and crevices. And you hear, slash him open. Cut him in half. This one won't bleed, but let's see what you can do.
Yep.
So, you slash, and your blade goes across, and you crack a bunch of the bones. Roll some damage.
Sweet.
Ooh. So you do 6 points of slashing damage. So you break bones as you go, but your blade, the flames licking across your blade start to ignite inside of it, and it takes the fire damage as well. And you can see it's kind of licking up the inside of it. And that was a very serious wound. It kind of like tilts a little sideways at the hip where you broke some of its hip bones, so now it's kind of askew.
Yep.
All right, so after Crona, Bri, this horse has just charged in, and it looks like it's rearing up. It looks like it's going to bring its hooves down on you if you stay in front of it. What do you want to do?
I don't plan on staying in front of it. I want to move around it towards Duston.
All right, so you just leap up over the rocks that are in front of it and go underneath the hooves before they come down. And because you stay like in its threatened area, you don't get attacked as you move. You just kind of tumble in. And Kerchega's like, that's no fun.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Dustin.
All right, so you get to do, it's a D8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is, where do I find that?
Yours would be a wisdom, so I think you don't have a plus to it, so it's a straight D8.
I don't right now. That's fine. 3 points back.
Actually, you would get your proficiency, so 5. I think. Well, no, spellcasting ability, so no, 3 points back. So Dustin, you come awake with 3 hit points. And Kerchega looks at Bri, and he's like, excuse me. That was mine.
No.
I have a question.
No.
What's your question?
Do my death saves go away?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have healed. So you're alive again. All right, so Bri heals you. Kerchega turns his blade toward Bri and says, I'll take you down, and then the others can't get back up. Okay. And he'll try to stab you.
Okay.
So, he says as he stabs at you, weren't you one of the ones that helped catch me?
Yes.
So he'll stab, and he gets a 14 and a 6. The 6 will definitely miss as you manage to use your bow to flick it out of the way. How about the 14?
14 misses.
Yep, so you flick it away, and then you flick it back away. And he's like, right then. He cracks his bony knuckles.
I really dislike you. And I dislike you even more now that you're undead.
I can see how she caught you the first time.
Feelings mutual. Be quiet over there. All right, Kimmy, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. I'm gonna use my bonus action. Oh, okay. Before I do this, I'm gonna tell Crona, hop on. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to wild shape into a riding horse.
Oh,
Okay then.
I'm still very confused about how something so tiny is going to turn into a horse big enough for Crona to ride.
Listen, it happens.
Imagine.
And she has her ponytails still. Literally ponytails now, I guess, but her mane.
Alright, so let's make this Kimmy.
And then for my action, I'm gonna go over and kick the skeleton by Crona.
Okay.
So I gotta.
So, Crona, suddenly there is a riding horse right behind you where Kimmy was standing.
Has a cute little
Go ahead,
scout
then.
hat and ponytails. Oh, come on. Dang it.
What did you get? Let's see.
I gotta.
All right, so you kick at the skeleton. Yeah, and you can step through whatever that shadowy thing is that Crona deals with. And you just kick at the skeleton, and the skeleton is as surprised, I think, as Crona, and it sort of dodges back against the rock, so it kind of falls back flat on the rock and then kicks itself back forward. You hear the shadow creature go, "Wait, she's a horse?"
My secret true form.
All right, so after Kimmy is going to be... So the horse, it drops its hooves and turns toward Bri, and it's going to attack. So, skeletal horse will kick with its hooves and gets a 17 to hit with its hooves on Bri. I believe that hits you.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it just hooves
Ow.
you. Poof.
Holy crap.
And Karchega laughs. It didn't like getting killed any more than I did.
Who are you?
Dustin, you watch Bri get kicked by this skeletal horse,
Does
and
Bree go down?
Nope.
she's still standing, but she has
Barely.
like definite this giant bruising already, and it looks like it's starting to swell immediately.
Okay. Does standing provoke?
Nope, you used half your movement to get up.
All right. And is there like a withdrawal action?
You take the disengage action, so you can
Disengage.
and you can move away.
So I guess, can I stand and disengage?
Yeah, because standing is a move and disengaging is the action, so you're
Okay.
able to do both.
So yeah, I want to disengage this way
Okay.
in standing, and I'm gonna pull out my javelins, and I guess I can't throw them this turn, right?
Right. So as you're moving, you're like pulling out a javelin. And Karchega was watching as Bri get kicked in the face, and he like looks over as you like kind of crawl and get up and move away, and he goes, "Where you going, big guy? Come back!"
I just cough up blood.
All right. So after Dustin, skeletons. So the one in front of you two, it is going to turn its attention to this horse that just got it and was trying to attack it. So he will claw at the horse.
Ah,
Oh,
that'll hit.
that'll hit. That's going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other one is going to shuffle his way around. Oh, make a concentration check.
Oh, how do you make concentration checks in roll 20?
Constitution saving throw.
Aha.
And so you took 6, so it would be you need a DC of 10.
Okay.
Oh, so the entangle goes away.
Okay, bye, Entangle.
We're bad adventurers.
We really are. Maybe we should just not become adventurers.
All right, so the skeleton starts to move,
Level 2.
and he sees all of this entanglement start to go away, so he just shuffles his way around. So, and he can get close enough; he can get one attack in.
Ow. Poop.
So he will also try to claw.
Ow, that misses. Haha.
And the horse rears back, and the skeleton misses and almost overbalances forward, and then comes back. All right, so Anders is like, "You're not running over the bridge. I don't understand."
I lift a hoof like 1 second.
And he does kind of cock his head. He's like, "Wait, where's Kimmy? Where'd you get a horse?" So after Crona, you now have a horse next to you. The last thing Kimmy told you was to get on, and you have a skeleton in your face. You hear the voice behind you say, Mounted combat? I don't know if you're any better at that.
I mean, I guess I get on the horse.
There we go.
All right, so Crona climbs up onto Kimmy's back.
I rear up menacingly.
All right, so do you want to take a swing at one of these creatures when you do?
Sure. Alright. Which was the one that I was attacking? That one?
You were attacking, yep, that one.
Okay, I'm gonna attack that one again, I guess.
Okay. You hit him. So you swing your blade in, you slash into him, and he, you this time finish off cutting through to the other hip, and like his top kind of drops an inch and then tilts off and falls to the ground, and he just sort of starts to fall apart, and you see his mouth just kind of going open and shut, and then it just stops, and the jaw clicks away, and Kerchega's like, ah, damn it. There goes another good one. So he is done. He collapses into just a pile of bony dust. All right, so after Crona finishes him off, and you hear, oh, not terrible. Only took two hits this time. And yet, good thing is you're not dead yet. All right, so after Crona is Bri. So Bri, you just got heavy duty kicked, and you are now standing between Kerchega and this horse.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So you can take. We do have the disengage action, which would allow you to get out of the threatened area without taking attacks of opportunity. You could take the dodge action, which will give them disadvantage on their attacks if you stay put, or you can try to attack them.
Yeah, no, I don't have enough hit points. I'm going to disengage as well.
All right. So where do you want to go when you disengage?
I'll
You.
probably run this way.
All right. So you follow Dustin into the tree line, just real quick.
Well, I also have favored terrain of the woods, so I'd rather keep her back here.
Okay. So, you can move 35 feet is your movement. So you can move all the way to the edge of the map if you wanted to.
No, I'm not running away. I just want to get away from that right now.
Okay. So, after Bri disengages, Kerchega says, huh, all right then. Cracks the bones in the back. You see the spine crack. And he just starts to casually walk back toward both of you. So, he's going to attempt to stab. Let's see. I'm going to roll. 50-50. High hits Bri, low hits Dustin. Let's get a try for Bri. All right, here we go. So he confidently strolls toward you. And the arrow, he hasn't bothered. It's still just boom, boom, boom as he walks, just bopping up and down. And he's like, I think I like the look. It's not bad. And then he'll attack you. So, he stabs, and you dodge aside on the first one, and then he stabs again, and you once again, like, swat it with your bow, and he misses. He's like, this is frustrating me to no end. Why won't you die?
Die again.
Kimmy.
Yes.
So you are a horse. You now have Crona riding on the back of you and a skeleton in combat with you.
Yeah. I am... Oh, let's see. I'm going to take disengage action.
Okay.
And I'm going to use all 60 feet of my movement to go down the bridge towards Anders.
Oh, okay.
With Crona on my back.
Not what we're doing now?
All right. So Kimmy and Dustin are going to move down the bridge. So you guys get all the way down to the edge of the bridge down there. And Anders is like, oh, good. Somebody's listening to me. Thank goodness.
I always listen to Anders.
He's like, wait, you left Kimmy! 'Cause he has no idea that Kimmy is actually the horse. He kind of missed that in his running away. All right.
I've never done it before, ever.
So, after Kimmy moves away, Kerchega looks at his horse and he points toward the bridge. And the horse is going to try to follow.
I knew it.
But he does have to double move to follow after you, so he cannot attack you. So he just comes charging around the rocks, kind of leaps over the back edge of the rocks, and is charging toward you. Meanwhile, the shadow creature that follows Dustin is floating along behind, and it sort of reappears on the other side. You don't get to leave that quickly. I'm here to tell you how to do these things. You need to keep me close by. All right, so after Dustin, you are now toe-to-toe again with Kerchega. He has followed you.
Dustin turns to Riel and asks, Are we going, or are we trying to get this guy first?
I'll
They're just
understand
gonna
if you want
follow
to
us.
What? Okay, he's just gonna follow us, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the benefit for flanking? Is there anything?
I give advantage if you flank.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I want to move on this side and try to hit him with my axe.
All right, so you move around him, staying within his threat so that you don't get an attack, and then you're going to go after him. All right.
Yes. 21?
21 will hit him.
13 points of slashing damage.
Oof. He actually looks rather startled by that. Like, he kind of watches, he stabs and stabs, and Bri dodges, and he's a little surprised. And then, Dustin, you move as he's distracted, and he tries to whip around after you, and then you just slash into him. And
Nice.
you kind of take out, like, his left arm above the elbow, and it's just sort of hanging by, like, one piece of bone, and kind of useless. And he looks down, and he's like, damn it! Stop it!
Only one attack now.
So,
Baby.
after you hit him, that was Dustin, he yells at the other skeleton, get over here! And it's just like... So it runs up behind you,
Of course it does.
and it's going to attempt to come after you.
And now it's flanking with you.
Yep.
Interesting. So it will slash at you with its claw.
Yeah,
It gets a 20.
20 hits.
4 points of slashing damage.
All right, I'm unconscious again.
No.
Shit, now I don't get flanking bonus.
It's not going so well.
Bri, you do notice, though, that Kerchega is looking very bad off. He's taken a lot of damage from you guys.
Yeah, I know.
But he still looks really cocky. Like, he
Is-
doesn't seem too worried about this. He looks down, he's like, ah, good, another ally to come back soon. Great. Ha, I like when they join my side. Then, skeleton ran around. Anders is going to pick up a rock. He runs up and he's going to throw it at that horse. Get away from him! Leave him alone! Well, I think he hits the horse. He does. So he
Very
hits the
nice.
horse.
That's wild. Anders is better than my character.
So Anders does 2 points of damage to the horse with his rock as he cracks against the bone. Actually, no, wait, that's bludgeoning damage. Anders does 3 points of damage to the horse.
Nice.
Ooh.
As it seems to be more damaged by bludgeoning.
Do
If
it.
it is a skeletal horse. Alright, so Anders is like, get away from them! Leave them alone! Crona, you are riding on the back of Kimmy. The skeletal horse has charged after you. What do you want to do? And you hear, oh, take it apart. Keep the pieces. They're interesting. Play it like a puzzle later.
Does the shadow make the sound effect
I
too?
did.
That's hilarious.
So what is Crona gonna do?
I guess I'm attacking the horse.
All right. You see the shadow move. Swing here. Right here. Right here. Bet you can miss. Go for it. Oh. So you get a critical hit. Roll me some damage.
Wait, oh, it's just an instant critical?
Yeah. Yep. 20 is a critical in 5th edition.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. So you do
Oh man.
12 you do 15 points of damage, 12 slashing and 3 fire damage on that attack. The horse is severely damaged by that. Not destroyed, but you shatter like a bunch of bones, and its neck kind of tilts to the side, and the jaw is completely gone, and there's like black flame licking through its neck area. And for the first time, your little shadow creature is like, okay. All right.
It turns out mounted combat is Crona's like forte.
Seems to be. All right, so Bri, you take a slash with your short sword.
Yeah, sorry.
Now, didn't you take 2-weapon fighting this level? If you
I did.
draw both your swords, you get 2 attacks.
I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, let's see. Bri, 2-weapon fighting.
That is what I took.
Yep. So
I do have 2 swords.
you get to add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack, where normally you would not. So you roll. You draw your 2 swords. Your bow is now lying in the trees, and Kerchega's like, huh? And then you just 2 slashing attacks on him. Both of them will hit. Roll damage.
All right, 5 for one of them, and then what do I get to add to the second?
So you get to just click the short sword attack again because you get your regular damage.
Okay.
All right. So you if his eyes could go wide, like you see like his head go back, and that's just as you bring your one short sword across his rib cage, and then the other you take the neck off as he tries to kind of get out of the way, and his head goes left, his torso goes right, and the head is rolling away, and the last thing you hear is what? And then you just see their head roll through the foliage.
Very nice.
Nice.
Kerchega is destroyed. You can still move if you would like to. There is a skeleton looming over Duston. Yes. It looks surprised as Kerchega's head flies away. You see the skeleton just with the mouth open, like.
Well, I can. Yes, I am gonna move then towards him.
Okay.
Ah, shit, that's a bad idea. I don't have enough hit points to draw fire away from.
You can choose not to get right base to base with him if you want to.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay. All right. So after Bri,
it'll do us no good if we're both unconscious.
No, that's fair.
So Kerchega was just rearing back with his blade to stab at you again, and the blade just flies away, kind of clinks into the rocks behind you, and the little arm that was broken, like it snaps off, and it's just kind of laying there pointing its one finger at you, like sticking out of the ground, like his final like angry. And then Kimmy, so you are toe to toe with this other horse. Crona just did a ton of, like, he just ripped it into pieces almost. This thing looks really hurt.
Let's try and finish it off. I rear back and I try to kick with my hooves.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
All right, so you kick, but it manages to kind of back up a few steps.
crap.
And you don't hit it. It is going to return the favor and kick at you, Kimmy. Oh boy. So here come the hooves.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
All right, so it kicks you and does 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it just kicks into your chest. Crona, do me a favor and just make me an acrobatics check. As
Doesn't need it.
you're almost tossed from the saddle at this. Oh no! Crona, you do get tossed out of the saddle and land on the ground. You are going to take... So you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam down on your back and hit the ground.
Ow.
All right.
And as the horse kicks Kimmy and Crona flies off, Kimmy flies back and reverts back into a gnome.
Okay. So Kimmy reverts into a gnome. So Crona, when you get a clear look at what's happening, you see Kimmy lying next to you on this bridge. As you're both kind of just lying here on the ground. All right. So after the horse kicks, it is Dustin who needs to make another saving throw.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, they restart. You're good.
Oop, all right. That's the same thing you rolled last time, Dustin.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like deja vu, but terrible.
So, Bri, you notice again, Dustin's in bad shape. All right, so after Dustin, the skeleton, he's going to shuffle forward. And he is going to attack you, Bri. And he looks at where Kerchega's head is lying, and he just turns his face toward you. And make me an insight check, Bri.
It was his wife.
It's not very good.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. The only thing you glean for sure is this thing is definitely focused on destroying you.
It is undead.
All right. So it claws at you, and it will hit, and it does 5 points of slashing damage to you, Bri. Are you still conscious?
Oh,
You're unconscious?
yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So from the bridge, Anders yells at you two because you are both down. And he's like, oh no, Dustin and Bri, oh my god, it's going to kill them. All right.
Yeah, it might.
So,
Before that happened, because it's a favored enemy, I get advantage on wisdom, and intelligence checks to recall information about them.
okay.
Did that have anything to do with what I rolled?
No. So
Okay,
you're fine.
just checking.
Yep. All right. So both Bri and Dustin have collapsed, and this skeleton just looks down, and it's almost like it's choosing which one is going to rip apart first when it gets a chance. And then that was its turn. Anders, he looks up at the big horse, and he's like, "Why did you knock it off, you stupid bully?" He picks up another rock, and he's going to try to take this horse down.
Fanders kills the horse.
He hits it.
I'm okay with that.
And he shatters the breastbone with the rock he throws. It's already very heavily damaged from the flames from Crona and from everything Kimmy did. And he just shatters the breastbone, which collapses any sort of support for this thing. And the horse collapses to pieces.
Woohoo.
And Crona, you hear, "Oh, look, the little one with the rock finished it off. Not you. Maybe you should start with a rock, friend. A rock." All right.
Kimmy's mouth is just like a gate.
He runs
He's
over and he leans down and kind of helps Kimmy like back up to her feet. "Come on, it's okay. We can take this guy." All right. So after Anders, Crona, you're lying on your back on the bridge. It takes half your movement to stand back up.
Okay. So I can move here then? 'Cause I can only move 3 since I already lost
so you
half
get
my
up
movement.
and you run down the bridge a little ways. What do you want to do?
Can I reach with my crossbow there?
You should be able to. I believe your crossbow is at least 80 feet for the minimum. Before you need to do disadvantage. Let me see.
Is stuff in the way, or can I just shoot right at them? Or...
Oh no, you have a clear shot. That cart is
Okay.
low enough that it's a clear shot. So yep, your
Okay.
crossbow has a range of 80, so you're good to go.
Eh.
You will
Hey.
hit with an 18. You do 11 points of damage. So this skeleton is looking down, and it's like kind of deciding. And then it's sort of leaning in close to the Bri, and your arrow sticks right through the base of the back of its head, and it kind of staggers and stands straight up and turns around to look back at you. And it starts to turn like it's about to come in your direction because it didn't realize that you all were still a threat. All right, so that was Dustin, or that was Crona. Bri, I need a Constitution or a Death save. Sorry, I need you to make a Death saving throw. All right, that is 1 failure. So both Bri and Dustin are looking very bad at the moment.
GG.
All right, Kimmy, you Anders has helped you. Like, he grabbed and pulled you up, and you look back now. You can see both your friends lying in heaps on the ground.
Okay, I blush a little, and I take out the 2 magic stones I still have. I give one to Anders, and I say, "You think you can hit that skeleton with this?"
I can sure try.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try with my sling to hit it as well. Ooh.
You definitely
Nice.
hit him.
Very nice. Okay. Then gonna be 4 damage.
So you swing your sling around and you loose the rock. The skeleton is just turning with the arrow sticking up out of the back of its head. Your rock hits it in the skull, and the rock and the skull keep going. And the skeleton body just sort of falls on top of your friends.
Oh. And they both die instantly.
They both immediately fail their death saves. No,
Darn it.
So that was Kimmy's turn. Kimmy, you can move.
Okay.
You can use your movement.
So is the skeleton just dead?
Oh yeah, you just yeah, you finished it off. Its head went flying and its body just fell over.
Oh, well I say, sorry, Anders.
He's like, no, that was great. Wow. He's like, that was impressive. Oh, whoa.
I kick my foot a little. I'm like, oh, thank you.
It's so good. I think they're in real trouble still though.
Oh yeah, I should probably go over there. So I'm gonna book it over that way.
All right, so Dustin, you need to make another death save. As Kimmy is now running to try to get to you guys.
Okay, let's see. Here it goes. Death save.
You shake yourself awake. Not for the first time
Wow.
since this has all started. You shake yourself, like all of a sudden your eyes open, like you just will yourself back to consciousness. And you're lying there, Bri's lying next to you. Her breathing is really haggard. And there's this skeleton just sort of slumped across both of you. But you are conscious.
Okay.
So, but that is your turn for now.
Oh,
All right.
man.
So, Anders is going to run back and pick up his knife, and then he continues to run, and he kind of gets about there, and he stops, and he's sort of looking around, and he's like, I'm going to keep an eye out. All right, I'm watching. It's okay. Crona, there are no more skeletons in sight that you can see. But Bri, you hear Dustin kind of go, and you see him start to move on his own. But Bri is still in trouble.
Well, if there's no more skeletons, I guess I can get my health back from the thing.
All right, so you hear the voice. He says, "Oh well, it's about." Whoa. And then as you let the blade kind of go dark and the flames turn off, he fades and disappears.
Gotcha.
All right, so you can move double movement if you want to try to run to your friends.
Sure.
All right, so Bri, on your turn, make me another death save. All right, so your breathing kind of evens out a little. Maybe you're coming back. And then Kimmy.
Okay. I'm gonna make the rest of the way there and do a medicine check on Bri.
Okay. All right,
Oh.
so you stabilize her, so she is not dying.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
That means I'm at 0.
Anders looks around. He's like, "Wow, thanks so much for saving me. Wow, you guys really got hurt doing that too. That was so nice of you.
I'm just glad you're all right, Anders.
I'm glad you guys are mostly okay.
You did really good too.
Well, thanks. I tried to do my best before you got here, but I was really outnumbered, and so I figured if I got to higher ground. But then I dropped my knife while I was climbing. I tried to hang on to it, but I slipped, and I figured it was better to let the knife go than to fall because they were right behind me.
Did he pick up his knife again yet?
Yeah, he picked up his knife.
Oh, darn it.
He's hanging on to he's holding it. He's looking up and down. He's like, I think I'm gonna head back to my dad's and get inside. I don't think it's safe to be outside.
Do you think you can make it back safely?
I think so. I'm gonna stay near the road, but I'm gonna try to hide in the trees if I hear anything. I think I should be okay. They only caught me out in the open because I didn't know they were coming. I just was out. I was putting up a sign and I was hammering into the post, and all of a sudden I heard this of horse hooves, and I turned around, thinking, oh, maybe it's my dad checking on me. It wasn't my dad checking on me. That guy was really terrifying. My mom used to tell me stories about him to keep me from sneaking out and doing stupid stuff when I was a little bit littler. You don't want to be out in the dark. You never know when the skeleton's gonna get you. Oh, I didn't know she was right.
Turns out you didn't have to be in the dark. You just had to be in the light too.
I know. But are you guys heading back too? Do you want to go with me?
We're actually headed to the cemetery.
What? Why do you want to do that for? That's crazy. There's going to be so many more of these guys in the cemetery.
Oh.
I mean, that's probably where they came from. I mean, unless maybe, you know what? Maybe you're smart. Maybe they all left the cemetery, so the only safe place is the cemetery.
That's some blood that comes up, and I'm like, that's what I'm hoping for.
Hey, you don't look so good.
I don't feel good.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to go to the cemetery?
I want to lay here for about an hour first.
Are you sure? Maybe if you go to the temple, it'll be better. Well, I wouldn't stay over here. I mean, there's better tree cover on the other side of the bridge, I think. I mean,
good eye, Anders.
I try. Someday I'm gonna go on an adventure. Well, I guess I did go on an adventure today.
You could always come with us.
I might get in big
You gotta
trouble.
cut off to an arm.
I know, but I might get in big trouble. My dad might get mad at me.
But if you help us save the village.
I mean, if you think so, Kimmy, why don't you roll a persuasion check, Kimmy?
Uh-oh. Kimmy is not as persuasive as Pleadle.
He's like, well, I mean, I was told to get the signs put up and get right back. And I mean, I'm kind of worried about my mom and dad. Somebody's got to keep an eye on them.
That's fair.
But as soon as I know they're safe, I'll sneak out and come see if you guys are okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Before Anders goes, I give him a cookie.
Oh, thanks so much. He gives you a hug. Thank you so much, Kimmy.
I pat him on the back.
He's like, all right, well, be safe. That's a really good cookie. Take care of them. She looks like she's real bad off.
Yeah.
I'll take care of Bri.
He points at the cart. You should just put her in that and drag her across the river too.
Just like Venra.
So he says, all right, I'm going to go. You be safe, I'll be safe. And if I can get back and help, I will do my best. But I got to make sure everybody's safe back at home.
Actually, also, before he goes, I'm going to summon 3 more magic stones and give him all 3.
Are you sure you don't want to keep one?
No, I can make them whenever. So you just take those.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't see me when you get back to town, make sure you come back to the Weary Knave and check in, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Good luck, guys. And he looks around, and you see him. He starts darting from rock to rock, real sneaky and goes down the street ducking from tree to tree, he's being sneaky. And then you guys are left on your own with a very injured Dustin and an unconscious Bri. What do you guys want to do?
How far is the temple?
The temple from here it's a couple miles to the south. It's probably about 4 miles south on the other side of the river.
Oh, so it's like totally the wrong direction.
It is in the opposite direction of where you're going. But that doesn't mean you can't go there.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we should just rest up and then push on, maybe? I don't know. Go find somewhere to hide.
All I know is I can't make any decisions. I'm unconscious.
Poor Bri. She'd know where to hide in the forest, too.
Well, I think we should take Anna's advice and we'll put Bri in the cart
Mm.
Okay.
and then maybe try to cross the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or can we look at this zombie guy? Did he have anything good?
Sure, you can take a look. So he was carrying his rapier, which I mean it was still in pretty good condition. The hilt might need a little work from having been buried with him for a long time. So that looks like it's a workable weapon. However, nothing else on him looks like worth anything. The clothes are mostly ruined. They were kind of just in pieces and tattered. And the breastplate he's wearing is really rusty. Like even where you were attacking him, like there were like rusty pieces just flaking off, and it was not doing him much good as far as protection went.
Yep.
And the other skeletons were mostly wearing tatters and rags, and they didn't even have weapons. They were just clawing at you with their fingers.
Anything good in the horse saddlebags?
No, it appears that the horse's saddlebags must have been removed before the horse was slaughtered.
That would make sense, I guess.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're going to go across the river and rest in the woods?
I think so.
All right, so you guys...
Unless anyone else has any ideas.
I'm alright with that.
Okay, so you guys collect Bri, get her in the little cart. Do me a favor, Casey, roll a d4 for me. Alright, so with no outside healing, Bri will wake up on her own in 2 hours.
Okay.
Alright, so you make your way across the bridge. Who you guys can make me, those of you that are awake, can make me perception checks to look out for danger.
Alright.
Alright.
Super gnome eyes.
Yep. So you guys go across. You find a spot kind of in a cluster of trees off the road. You move further away from the river so that the river sounds aren't kind of interfering with actually hearing approaching people. So you move closer, maybe like within a quarter mile of the crossroads. And you kind of settle down to rest. So you get settled in, and for about an hour, you're able to kind of sit, rest. Bri is still unconscious, but she seems like she's starting to get better. So those of you that are awake can roll hit dice if you want to bring yourselves back and get the benefits of a short rest.
Okay.
So I just roll my hit. Oh, is there a thing I could just click on?
I believe so.
Noise.
That's good.
So 11.
I'm back to full.
Nice. So, toward the end of that first hour of resting, Kimmy, you hear cracking branches
Oh.
nearby. It sounds like something is approaching you.
Okay. Kimmy was in the middle of making a little badge for herself with a horse on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, and she tells everybody, I think I hear someone coming.
I reach for my axe and get on guard.
Okay. So, everybody who's awake can roll me some stealth checks to see if you're noticed. Now, it's been over an hour or more,
So we don't
so
have-
Pass Without a Trace is gone.
Okay.
That's not awful.
All right. So, All right. So you hear these footsteps, and they're getting closer, and they sound like they're running. And then you can actually hear it sounds like somebody like breathing like they've run a long way. They're kind of, and all of a sudden, the footsteps like stop. You hear like shh, and you hear a shaky voice say, "Who's there? I hear you. Come out right now." And Dustin, you actually recognize, or you think you do, this sounds like a young man that you know not very well, but he's a acolyte who studies at the temple, and you believe his name is Rufio. He's this young boy who joined in the last couple years.
Rufio.
Rufio.
So can I look out and try to see who it is and confirm who I think it is?
Sure.
So I do that. Should I make a perception check?
No, he actually, surprisingly, he isn't trying to hide. He's just sort of like standing out, and he is just standing there with this mace in his hand, and he's wearing his acolyte robes, and his hand is shaking a little bit as he is pointing the mace in the direction of the trees where you're hiding, and he has like his clothes are disheveled, and he's got a cut across his forehead, but otherwise he just mostly looks shaken up.
Okay, I say, Rufio, come over here quietly.
Dustin, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. Now, shh.
He stumbles quickly over and like comes into the trees where you guys are, and he looks. He's like, "Oh, what in the hell are you doing out here? It's not safe. It's just not safe."
We're trying to find the source of this undead. I think it has to do with that haunting fiddle noise.
Oh, I mean, you might be right. I don't know. I'm trying to find Father Grimble. He took some of the other acolytes. They were preparing for a funeral service, and they left this morning just before dawn to go up to Raven's Rest. But they didn't come back. And then the music, and then I was in the temple with the other. They left one of the other acolytes with me, and these things broke the doors open, and they started piling in, and he got in their way, and he told me to get out and go find the father and get help, and they ripped him apart as I was trying to get out a window and get away, and I fell and I hit my head, but I managed to escape, and I'm trying to go get the father and bring him back, but they've overrun the temple now.
Oh no.
Oh,
I think Rufio might have just got a promotion.
he says, also, he's like, I ran past Counselor Murick's house while I was coming here, and there's something happening there. He was yelling for help from inside the house, and I yelled back that I would try to find him help, and I yelled that I was going to get the priest, but he seems like he was in real danger. There was like crashing and banging, and I don't know, some of these must have gotten inside there too. I don't know, do you want to go back and help him, and I'll go get the priest?
Well, Rufio,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're not in any condition to travel. As you can see, Bri is still.
Maybe I can help with that. Oh, let me look at her. Let me see. Oh yeah, she's been really injured. She's really badly hurt. Okay. All right. So all right. I've been practicing. The father's been helping me with my spells. So, all right. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna do this is a cure wounds spell that I learned recently. All right. So, and he touches Bri, and you get 11 hit points back when he touches you. And he says, okay, how are you feeling? Let me see your wounds. Are you more injured? And he's kind of checking you out. How much more do you need for health?
To who?
To Bri.
7.
All right.
7 people.
So he's like, all right. Let me see. Let me see what else I can do. I've all right. So, all right. I'm gonna do this. And he tries. He's got a healing word he's gonna cast on you too. Let's see. All right, so he gives you 6 more hit points back. All right. So you two, you look okay. All right, he looks at Dustin, and he's like, all right, you look horrible, Dustin. Let me see.
Can I get some of whatever she got?
Yeah, let me try to give you a little bit. All right, and he does the incantation again for cure wounds, and he gives you 10 hit points back. He goes, how's that?
I mean, if you got any more, I would take some.
All right, hang on. All right, healing word. I think I can do, and he gives you 8 more hit points.
Very nice.
Pretty sure that caps me out. So.
And he looks from Crona to Kimmy. How are you two doing?
Give him a thumbs up.
Okay. Crona, how are you?
I mean, I'm a little. I got a few scratches, but I'm not too bad.
All right. Well, I don't want to send you into a fight and not have you. I can do another one. All right, ready? And he gives you 7 hit points back.
Thanks.
All right. So you guys gonna go? If I go get the priest, are you gonna go and help the counselor?
Do we hear the music coming from the cemetery?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Because it took us like over an hour to get out here, right?
Yes.
And would it take about an hour to get back?
Probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the sound is definitely coming from the north, and you guys are just a little ways from the crossroads. And north, the only thing north of here of any significance is Raven's Rest.
I say, well, Rufio, if you saw the counselor and his house is back in town, right?
No. So you guys know, Counselor Merrick keeps an estate on this side of the river. He doesn't like to live in town. He's kind of like, it's been his family's home for a long time. So it's just about maybe a half mile or so, or maybe a little more south of the crossroads. So it's not far from here. You could get there fairly quickly without too much trouble.
I don't know. I still feel like going to the cemeteries.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. I mean, Counselor Merrick's an old man. These things might kill him. He doesn't really... I mean, he's just got a couple servants living with him. I mean, nobody expected this.
No, of course not. But if we're right and we can put an end to it by going to the cemetery, that would help him and the rest of the town.
I'll be honest, though. I don't think he had much time. It sounded... I mean, I really wanted to stop and help. I was scared that I'd be killed. And, I mean, that sounds terrible, and I'm embarrassed for being weak. But I think that I if I can get Father Grimble, I'm sure that he can help. I'm sure of it.
I tell Rufio, you're not weak. Everybody has their own strengths. Don't worry. I put in his hand, I put a little merit badge with like healing hands on it.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I mean, I really do try. But, I mean, I think that you could help the counselor. I don't think it would take you too long. There's a lot of you, and I think there was only 1 or 2 things that were chasing him.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I still say cemetery. I feel bad for the councilman, but I don't like this music.
Yeah.
I'm also leaning cemetery still.
But if we get to the cemetery and stop it, the councilman will be fine. So cemetery.
All right. Well, then I guess.
If he dies, I guess if Father Grimble's safe, he might be able to cast Raise Dead or something.
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I hope that it doesn't kill him, and then because if he comes back if he rises, he won't be able to come back.
Damn it. Crap.
I mean, I think that I can get the priest. I think that if you guys can do this.
But why?
And music, though. Music. I don't know what.
But the music's been going for hours at this point. Do you really think that the head priest is okay? Like, if he was there, wouldn't he put a stop to it?
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason he hasn't, and as soon as I get there and find out, I'm sure he'll be okay.
I like your gumption, Rufio, but I think it's misguided. I say that lightly.
I don't know. I just know for sure, and I feel like I told him I would send help, and you are the first people I've run into that I could send back, and I don't know. I don't think the poor old man hasn't long for this world if someone doesn't help him.
Rufio's trying to guilt trip us.
I think that we have gotten into, in general, in other games as well, too much trouble listening to NPCs.
Poor Rufio.
They've gotten us into some bad situations.
He looks like such a trustworthy young man.
I really kind of wish he had rainbow hair.
If only I had prestidigitation. Dang it.
He had black hair with like a red in it, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. That Rufio did indeed have black hair with red in it.
I don't know who this is.
I kind of was hoping that that's what it looked like. Jeanette, I'm disappointed in you.
I'm sorry. He says, please, will you go and help him? Will you please? I think that I can at least, if I don't find the father, I'll at least be able to come back and tell you what I see. I'll be like a scout. I'll scout ahead. And just think how grateful the councilman will be if you save him. I mean, he's the head of the town.
What is
difficult Rufio?
What does Crona think?
I don't know. Crona's very quiet.
Yeah, Crona didn't vote yet.
Crona doesn't know.
Okay.
I feel like maybe Dustin's starting to be guilted into.
Maybe.
Please, my friends, please go help him.
We think this fiddle's maybe the cause of all this, right?
Yeah, but like, how far is the cemetery?
The cemetery is a couple miles north.
Yeah, so it'd be like the house is way closer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sidetrack for a few minutes to go deal with this, and then go back north.
How do we get into trouble? I'm just saying.
You
How we get into trouble every freaking time.
Yeah, it's true.
says, I think that we're wasting time. He needs help. He really does.
Can you help him?
I can't. I can't do it. I'm not well enough trained.
How many people were there? How many zombies?
I didn't. All I heard, he was yelling from the house. He came to a window as I was running by, and I heard him scream for help. And I looked back, and as he screamed for help, then he ran away. And I saw something pass by the window, and then I heard a bunch of crashing and shattering and him yelling. And then I yelled back that I'd find help, that I was going to get the priest, and I just kept running because I figured
You didn't even try to stop and help? You're trying to guilt us into going to help him, but you didn't even try and stop to help him.
there's just one of me and there's 4 of you.
Oh my god!
Uh-huh.
4.
You didn't try and stop it.
But if
whatever
I
was
die
after.
and can't get the priest, then what good am I doing?
You have those healing spells.
What good are
too.
we doing then?
I don't know.
We're trying to stop the whole thing.
I know. I just.
What happens if we die while trying to help this guy when we could have gone off to stop it all?
Well, that's why I'm hoping I find the priest. And he'll stop it all. And he'll save us all.
That's pretty naive, I think.
I think so too.
Yes. Yes,
Bree,
it is.
Bree has a point, Rufio.
I'm really new at this whole religious and, protection thing, okay? I'm trying.
It's okay.
You're not trying very hard. Religious protection? You ran away from someone who needed your help.
But I healed you to go back and help him. No?
You didn't know you were going to come across us.
I was hopeful, and look, the goddess, she led me to you. That's what happened. My prayers were answered. It's you. You're the answer to my prayers.
It's you.
Oh, God almighty.
The goddess works in mysterious ways. It's what we've been taught.
Oh my goodness.
We're wasting time. He could be dead. You have to go.
Then we should
We're
go
not
home.
going.
Please. I'm begging you, please.
No.
What if I give you
Oh,
something
my
to
God.
go?
What if I give you something? Yeah.
He pulls a bag off his shoulder. I took this from the temple. I'll give it to you if you go back and help him.
Is this guy this temple is the same religion that Dustin is a part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, I think Dustin's starting to feel like he's like, maybe we should go check it out. It might be for the best.
I don't wanna.
I'm begging you, please go. Please, he doesn't have long. He's gonna die.
Okay, this Rufio kid is really pissing me off. He's begging us to go help this guy that he wouldn't stop to go help.
Oh, he's just one little pleb. He's nothing.
Yeah, it seems that way. I don't know. I still say cemetery. Kimmy doesn't like being guilted.
Clearly, neither does Bri.
His shoulders slump, and he's like, I can't force you to not come. I mean, I can't
No,
force
and
you.
we're all wasting time.
All
It's
right.
true.
All right, then.
I really don't like
he looks back
it.
over his shoulder. He looks back toward the way he came, and he mutters, "Goddess, forgive me. I hope the old man's all right." Well, I guess I'm going north now. I mean, I guess if you're coming with me, then we have to go.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We're going.
Okay.
All right. So he slings the bag back over, the shoulder bag back over, and he starts running back toward the crossroad and back heading north again.
Yeah.
As you all follow after him.
All right.
So, as you guys run, you see in the distance as you're running along, and it takes you, you guys are trying to hoof it. It takes you maybe about 25 minutes to close the distance. And as you do, the sound of this fiddle is getting louder and louder and louder on the breeze. And you can see the cemetery looming ahead. It rises from the moor like a well-tended garden of stone, rising beyond the gates past row upon row of headstones to a low hill crowned by a circle of ancient tombs. The fiddling floats from the cemetery, much louder than anywhere else that you've been today. And now it's actually reached almost a manic quality, like the fiddler is just playing and just really gotten into the groove of it and is enjoying it. Everywhere across the cemetery, tombstones seem to tumble over and earth churns where things that ought to lie still struggle to emerge from the cold ground. From the hill, you can just see a single figure dancing about, racing around, jumping to and fro as if dancing to the music. And you think to yourselves, that's who we're looking for. That person right there. The road runs straight to the top of the hill. So, if you can make your way past these undead that are rising, you think you can reach this person playing the fiddle. As you guys enter into the cemetery proper, you hear a low growl from the bushes to your left. And breaking the tree and bush line to the left of the path, this wolf creature starts to creep out into view. And you can see that this creature, its skin is hanging in ragged strips on its moldering hide. You can see ribs showing through the gaps in its bloated, putrid flesh. There's fresh blood on its jaws. And it just looks and eyeballs you both. And it looks like it's got some kind of tattered material. It's this sort of off light blue. It looks like it came from a robe.
Like the color Rufio's wearing.
In fact, exactly like the color Rufio's wearing. Which brings Rufio up short, and he stops and stares at it, his mouth agape. And it lets out a low growl and turns its attention to all of you. And we're going to stop there.
I knew it. I knew it. Yeah.
So,
Darn.
Well, that's it.
all right. So we will stop there. And next time we play, we'll see what happens as you guys have reached the edge of the cemetery. And you can see the would-be, the fiddler dancing and prancing about on this hill at the center of the cemetery, moving through these mausoleums and things. And the dead, like, you see graves, like hands starting to pop out of various graves. You see skeletons lumbering around. You can see on various tombstones these little hands skittering.
Oh. Oh.
All right, so
No more hands.
no more hands. So that is the end of the session for today, and we'll let you know when we're gonna play next. I think maybe 2 weeks. If you guys are all free, we'll figure that out and we'll post.
Yeah.
But
Good.
until then, does anybody have anything they want to share with anyone?
Well, Jeanette and I are in Sean McGovern's Tomb of Annihilation game. Probably playing this Saturday or next Saturday, one of the two. But there'll be tweets and stuff like that. So if you follow Sean at PowerScore RPG on Twitter and Twitch and all that, you'll know.
Yep, that's about what I do online these days. And other than that, we'll catch everybody next time. So we will see everybody later. And I am going to transition over.
Sounds good.